We're going to go back to late March 2011. I could not find a date for this, an exact date, but it was late March. I was 17 years old in my senior year of high school, and I was in the back of a stranger's car, and it was nighttime. So I was carpooling back from San Francisco to my grandmother's house in Richmond, California. So to give you a little bit of quick Bay Area geography, it goes San Francisco, Bay Bridge, Oakland, Berkeley, El Cerrito, San Pablo, Richmond, roughly. Okay? So I'm sitting in the back of the person's car, because that's how carpooling works. And again, trying to give you as everything that you need, but also minimal backstory, because this is where the story begins. But I'm sitting in the back of this car when I get an email on my Metro PCS cell phone. This was before I even had an iPhone or a smartphone for that matter. So I got an email from the UCLA registrar's office informing me that a decision had been reached regarding my application for entry into the freshman class, the class of 2015. So, again, I'm sitting in the back of a car with a bunch of strangers, and the thing is, the type of phone that I had, because it was not a smartphone, I was not able to click on the link to open it. So, and my grandmother does not have a computer, might I add. So it's not like I could wait until I got home, even if I wanted to, right? Might I also add that this was the very, very, very first decision to come out, and yes, it was pretty early. Late March. I couldn't find an exact date, but I didn't turn 18 until mid-May. So I call my brother, and I ask him, did I give him my login info? Did I give my brother my login info for my email? And I asked him to check. And so he goes and he clicks, and I gave him the information. It doesn't really matter, but actually, come to think of it, I think that there is a way of going to log into just the application, and so I think I gave him that information. Bear with me, it's been, more than 10 years. This is absolutely wild. So he clicks, there's some silence, and then he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You weren't accepted. You didn't get in." Mind you, I know I have already said this, but I'm in the car with a bunch of strangers, and so I'm like, okay, cool. Can you just please not say anything? And I'm just gonna be quiet. He cuts me off. He's like, "I'm just kidding. You got in. You're going to UCLA." And I'm just like, again, holy fuck, in the car with a bunch of strangers, getting ready to cry. My brother has literally go choo, 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 like on a fucking roller coaster, right? And so, again, I'm freaking out on the phone, literally flipping out on my, Metro PCS cell phone. And everyone in the car is wondering what the fuck is going on, as they should be. Like, what the hell? Again, I don't remember the exact time of night, but I do know it was dark, and I wanted something about 6:00 p.m. is when I feel this decision came out, right? So, I hang up the phone, right, as my brother's flipping out. I found out later that he ran up and down the streets of the sidewalk to make this announcement to the neighborhood. I guess I should also throw in there that I would be the first person in my family to go to university and end up graduating. So I am the first person in my family to graduate from college. And that began with this moment right here. And anyway, so I told the strangers in the car. I remember the lady driving and then another lady. It was the only two people I can remember in the car. I was like, because again, everybody's looking like, what the fuck is this kid talking about on the phone? And I'm just like, I got accepted to UCLA. And the driver, I just remember, was just so like, again, I have to drive, but she was like, congratulations, young man, like, good for you. And then I remember the passenger or the other lady, again, I only remember two of them. She was more like, oh my God, like, good for you. Is this your first choice? Like, she wanted more like tea. This was one of the most exciting nights of my life. And I laugh because it's like, again, this is the beginning of a rather wild story that is itself a roller coaster. But it all began on this night, commuting from San Francisco, where my high school was, where I grew up, to Richmond, California, where I was living with my grandmother at the time, when I found out that my hard work had in fact paid off, and my very first college to hear back from, I was accepted. So that is where we're going to begin this story. I wish I had, again, an exact date for you, but my journal entries only go back to 2014, which is 3 years after this moment I'm describing. So with that being said, I got home, my grandmother and me did a happy dance. A day or two later, I got the official packet in the mail. And that is where you'll see how things turn out with my graduation, actually turning 18, and then moving to Los Angeles to go to college. Again, it's a wild, wild, crazy story that I'm actually a little bit looking forward to, for the most part, sharing this. So I will see you folks in the next video.